Why some men risk everything after 50. At 30, risk feels ambitious. At 40, it feels strategic. But after 50, why would a man gamble with stability when he finally has something to protect? Is it greed, a midlife crisis, or something much more uncomfortable? Some men over 50 suddenly start making bold moves. High-risk investments, speculative stocks, crypto, late business ventures. From the outside, it looks reckless. But from the inside, it rarely feels that way. Because after 50, something shifts. Time feels different. Opportunities feel fewer. And the question quietly becomes, is this it? So why do some men risk everything after 50? To understand that, we have to look deeper than money. Part 1. Time pressure changes everything. In your 20s, risk is exploration. In your 30s, it's growth. In your 40s, it's optimization. But after 50, risk becomes something else. It becomes a response to time. For the first time, the future feels shorter than the past. There are fewer decades ahead than behind. And that realization is subtle, but powerful. Psychologically, this creates urgency, not panic. Urgency. If I'm going to make something big happen, it has to be now. The problem is that urgency compresses judgment. It makes high-reward opportunities look more attractive. It makes long-term slow growth feel insufficient. A safe 6% annual return doesn't feel exciting at 52, because it doesn't feel transformative. And after 50, many men don't just want stability, they want significance. Part 2. The need to prove you still can. After 50, something else quietly appears. Doubt. Not always visible, not always conscious, but it's there. The world celebrates youth. Innovation looks young. Success stories look young. And even if a man is competent, experienced, respected, there's a whisper, are you still relevant? High-risk investments often aren't about money. They are about capability. If I can win big now, I prove I still have it. The risk becomes symbolic. It's not just capital on the line, it's identity. And identity feels worth defending. Part 3. Regret and the desire to rewrite the past. By 50 plus, most men carry financial regrets. Maybe they didn't invest early. Maybe they missed a market wave. Maybe a business failed. Maybe a divorce cut assets in half. Regret is heavy. And regret creates a powerful psychological trap. I can fix this. A high-risk opportunity feels like redemption, a way to rewrite the narrative, to prove that wasn't the end of my story. The danger? Redemption thinking distorts risk perception. When something feels like a second chance, the downside becomes emotionally minimized. But markets don't care about redemption. They care about math. Part 4. Control in an uncertain world. After 50, uncertainty becomes more visible. Health risks increase. Careers plateau. Retirement approaches. Parents age or pass away. There's a sense that control is shrinking. And human beings do not tolerate shrinking control well. High-risk investing creates the illusion of control. Charts, data, strategies, research. It feels active. It feels like doing something, even if the outcome is uncertain. The act of engaging restores a sense of agency, and agency is psychologically addictive, sometimes more than the money itself. Part 5. The quiet thrill. There's another factor rarely discussed. Stability can feel flat. After decades of routine and responsibility, high-risk decisions feel alive. Watching volatile markets, checking price movements, waiting for breakouts. It stimulates the nervous system. It replaces novelty that life may no longer naturally provide. For some men, risk becomes a substitute for adventure. For others, a substitute for emotional intensity. The brain doesn't distinguish between financial growth and dopamine spike. It simply reacts. Part 6. The fear of becoming ordinary. There is one fear underneath all of this. Becoming irrelevant. Becoming invisible. Becoming just another retired man fading into the background. Big risk promises a big outcome. And big outcomes promise visibility. It's not always about wealth. Sometimes it's about legacy. Before I'm done, I want something that proves I mattered. That's not greed. That's existential anxiety, and it's powerful. Part 7. Why smart men still make dangerous moves. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Many of the men who take these risks are intelligent, experienced, disciplined, strategic. But intelligence does not cancel emotion. It often rationalizes it. I've done the research. I understand the upside. I know the downside. But when time pressure, identity, regret, and control mix together, risk stops being purely rational. It becomes psychological. Part 8. The hidden question. The real question isn't, is this investment good? The real question is, what am I trying to fix? Am I trying to fix my bank account? Or my sense of worth? Am I chasing financial freedom or fighting the fear of fading out? Those are very different motivations, and they lead to very different decisions. So why do some men risk everything after 50? Not because they're foolish, not because they're greedy, but because time feels louder, identity feels fragile, and the future no longer feels infinite. The danger isn't risk itself, it's unconscious risk. Because when you understand why you're risking something, you regain real control. And control, not volatility, is what most men were truly looking for all along. This is the if verse, where clarity matters more than noise. Subscribe. There's so much more to explore. Thank you for watching.